Okay, got the Angela recruit scene going, just randomly out of nowhere. Wasn't paying attention when I was farming, so now I'm recording. Maybe we'll do some BOH or something like that to make the video longer than 30 seconds. Wow, what a bitch. Oh, that's hardcore. Oh man, I wonder what Asriel's recruit scene's like. Oh, you know what? I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go do some Tower 55 and try out some OP heroes after we read stories. You guys want to do story time together? Ooh, Korean voices. How come Angela's voice is like 100 years older than her?
메이드였어. 모든 왕실 여자들이 릴리를 닮고 싶어 했으니까 말이야.
기품 있고 정숙한 행동이 왕실 메이드들의 모범이 되었지.
과거의 일입니다.
Huh. They referred to Lily as a boy and a girl in that one, so that solves that mystery, right?
냄새가 나. 권력으로 안젤라님, 저를 개처럼 부려주십시오. 닮았어. 정말 누구랑 닮았다는 겁니까? 내 애완견 뽀삐랑 뽀삐요? 이게 뽀삐의 사진? 뽀삐? 손? 여기 손?
결국 여기서 다 모이게 되었네요. 인연이라는 게 참 묘하고
이런 인연 따위 필요
어차피 다 원본도 아니잖아.
그럼 예전의 집이도 다 소용없잖아. 그렇다면
뭐라고? 감히 하극상을 벌이겠다고?
아니 어차피 지금은 예전과는 다르고 내 왕년님
이자에게 교육이 부족한 것 같으니
명령에 따르겠습니다. 안젤라, 왜 제니와 진을 그렇게 노려보고 있는 거지? 혹시 싸우려는 거라면 말해두겠지만 수련을 위한 전투 외에는 허락하지 않는다.
보기 좋아서 본 것뿐인데
보기 좋다고?
둘 다 내 스타일인걸.
둘의 전투 방식은 전혀 다른데 뭔가 공통점이라.
눈치가 많잖아.
슈?
이왕이면 발을 그렇게 입고 다니면 좋을 텐데. 남자
Oh, that makes so much sense. Oh, that's funny. Oh, man. I guess we'll start working on Angela next. Yeah, she is pretty strong. She will be somewhat useful. It is kind of a downside that she does hit her allies, but for the most part, her attacks hit really, really high. Now, there's a few different things you should know about the way that damage is calculated. Just so you can look at a character and tell if they're going to be a lot stronger than another character, just in general. And the way basically things work is everything is based off of a percent modifier. So the more calculations you can get into the modifier, the higher your output's going to be. So things like that, they start with your attack, your base attack. Then it has a modifier that modifies how much attack you have. Then you have your HP to attack modifier. That gives you your total attack. After that, you have your skill. Your skill modifies based off your attack to get an output of damage. Now that damage is then modified by your damage percent modifiers, and then it's also modified for direction, terrain, and strategy, like rock paper scissors strategy advantages, and those are all calculated separately also. So, sorry. The farther you get down the line, it's like, you increase this by 1.15, or sorry, multiply this by 1.15, multiply this by 1 point, what is this, So I'm sorry, 1.20 multiplied by 1.3 for paper over rock, and you just keep going down the line. When you critical, you also have a 30% increase. So that would be a 1.3 modifier, unless you have a bunch of critical damage stacks. So we're going to take a look at my Lee real quick. Building the dream over here on Lee. Let's see. Okay, 3.7 critical damage. 7.5 critical damage. I don't think there's any on this. It's a really awesome bow if I can get it. You know what? I know I need 8 potions to refine that. Maybe I will try and get critical damage on this, and I'll just use my next 200 potions just on this one regular, not even a set item bow. But it's so good. Maybe they'll make a fusion where you can take a set item you get and then combine it with a regular piece of gear and take its level and potentials. So you just get like this green set item. I fuse this bow with this sword over here, and boom, it's level 10. It's got all the potentials. That would be a cool system. But anyway, I forgot where I was. Let's just pick a random potential off this. Alright, so 14.9% critical damage. So the way that adds in is now my critical, this is a flat increase. So my critical modifier, instead of being 1.3, which is the minimum, it's now 1.449. So that just stacks in quite a lot. Now, critical damage goes last. So it's basically the best modifier to have, because it's going to benefit. But, well, you know what? Actually, it doesn't really matter. Everything benefits off of itself. And the higher number is going to give you the biggest output. And critical damage always has the highest output. Critical damage pink potentials at rank 5 are actually 20%. If you do have a pink potential, by the way, there's no range on a pink potential. It's just the exact amount. Most pieces, when they're going up, have a range. So there's the grayed out option, which is always the same. And then it's like, let's say the increase for the different types of gear was 0.3%. The next one will be 0.3 higher than the gray. And then from the green has a range from that minimum from 0.3 higher to a certain amount. And then there's a 0.3 difference again to the blues. And the same thing goes all the way through. For the first stage to the second stage, from the gray to the green, it's just got that minimum, let's say 0.3. I know one of the things is, I think it's maybe damage percent or something like that, or whatever. Let's just say the minimum is 0.3 for argument's sake for this. It's probably attack percentage, but the next one up is going to go and have that range, and the last one's only going to have that 0.3 difference again. So when you're looking at attack by HP, this is the easiest one to see it on because it's the smallest amount. Attack by HP on a 3-star piece of gear can get up to 1.9. Now the lowest it can be is, I think, 0.1 under the green. I wish I knew exactly what it was. But the highest is also only 0.1 higher than the highest orange, and the highest orange is 1.9. So let's see. I know I have it on one of these pieces. Who's the lucky winner? Oh, apparently I just have a bunch of 1.9s. It is 2% though, lying around here somewhere. Man, don't you wish you just had so much gear you didn't know where anything was? Seriously, where the heck do I have this potential? There it is. I'm going to great lengths to try and make Nirvana good, and I don't know if it's going to happen. But yeah, it increases to 2% max. Alright, so anyway, higher way down the line, percent modifiers, yada 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 yada. The more you have, the higher damage is going to be, and it's not going to be by a small amount either. It's going to be by a lot, because it's an extra multiplication into the whole formula. It's not just 30% more of this, it's 30% more of everything else, basically, that combines together to get into that. That's why our numbers can get outrageously high. You see characters with 30,000 attack, you think, okay, well, maybe he's going to do 30,000 damage. His modifier is 2 times, like it's 196% or whatever. Let's just say it's double damage. So he does like 60,000 damage, right? Well, no, he's hitting for like 200,000. What's going on here? Well, if you have a lot of crit rate and a 90% crit rate and a huge amount of critical damage, and then you're ignoring armor, sometimes shit gets out of hand. But yeah, let's look at Lee's skills for a second. It's my most decked out character at the moment in terms of making his stats look pretty, not so much his actual damage, because obviously I don't have a Gold Tiger or a Beast Rain on him. And I'm never going to put a Ghost Step on him, actually. I decided I would rather have the Persona's Trick and just keep my numbers consistently impossibly high and just rely on my 5 damage and one-shotting even the strongest tanks. So I am going to try to make a psychokinetically one-shots every tank in the game build in my long-term goal, but it's going to take me like a month or 2 months to get it done. So here's hoping, and then everybody will choose Lee. And he'll one-shot Jack every time. Oh, the dream. Anyway, back to Lee's skills. Back there by accident. Alright, so Lee has this defense reduction. Now, everybody knows that armor ignore is strong. Now, the reason it is because it ignores armor apparently before potentials are modified on it. This ignores 1600 base defense, not total defense. So if you have all defense percent modifiers and not enough base defense, this is going to hit you really damn hard because you lose all your percent modifiers on the total maximum armor that it ignores. Now, the armor that it ignores maxes out at 2800 for this skill, which is quite a lot, to be honest. 2800, I believe, is more than all you would get from all armor. If you had all chest pieces, that's only 2450. Now, if you had all chest pieces and brooches, then that would be 41. What is that? 4165 defense. And any other base defense would have to come from your actual base stats or potentials for defense. I'm actually thinking about reworking my Bearman right now, just because of that, so he doesn't get one shot by really, really, really like insanely strong Chinese. There are a couple that can one shot my Bearman. Also, I don't want to get killed by Lees in one shot either. So I'm thinking about reworking all these HP potentials and just rolling until I hit defense. Now, what's nice about potentials like defense, crit rate, and hit rate is they give you basically the same. You don't need to have a pink one. All I'm saying. Like, they're the ones that have like a 400 max. Counter rate's basically useless, but if you can get some good good rolls, like the difference between 320 and 340 defense, not going to be much. The 300 is the big part, and that's all you really need. Same thing with crit rate. Like I really don't care too much about my crit rate. I got some really damn good crit rate rolls on Serenity here, but I got some good ones on Kai too. But I got some crappy ones on Chenny, and you know what? She still hits like a monster with a 50% crit rate. If I maxed out all these, I would have a 52% crit rate. No big deal. Okay, what else? But yeah, you want to be able to get your base armor up really, really high to try and defend against armor ignore heroes. What are we? Got some well, you know what? Actually, that's pretty nice across the board. 30, 40, 40, 30, 50. Let's see. I could probably squeeze... No, for Lee, I might actually want to re-roll these and get them all perfect, because there's a potential 2 extra % in there, which then qualifying all my potentials on that might put me up to 100% crit. I screwed up my bow this morning trying to get higher... I had attack hit rate... Sorry. I had attack percentage, 9.3. I did not have damage. I did have crit rate 10% and crit damage 12%, but they were blues, and I was trying to get red ones, and I got really greedy. And now I have this pretty sweet bow, to be completely honest. I might actually need the hit rate, which is unfortunate, but I'm really hoping for a 20% crit rate modifier on that bow. Like really, really badly. It would be pretty awesome. Sorry, not crit rate, crit damage. But having this extra modifier that goes into the calculations to reduce their defense, ignoring defense is so strong, because if it does go in before potentials are modified on, the last calculation that goes in to basically what you're going to be doing in damage is the percentage of armor that the other hero has. So if they've got 40%, you're only hitting for 60% of what your total numbers came up with. So now if you use this, well, they drop almost 3,000 defense. That's all their chest pieces are now shields, basically, that give less HP. and I'm hitting from 5 range, so they can have all the counter rate they want. But now I'm hitting through basically all of their base armor, and it's just their straight base armor that has the potentials. And I don't know if you know, but having 2,000 defense as a base hero, then having only defense increase potentials, is not really going to get you more than 30-35%. Let's take Angela, for example, because she's got very, very, very high base defense. Get on over to her eventually. Okay. Well, if you don't know, like if you have a hero recruited, you can still check their base stats in game. You just have to come into the rebirth screen and then hit this little magnifying glass right here, and you can see whichever one you have selected. Alright, so her base defense is 1,975. Now the highest increase you can get from defense is actually pretty high. The highest increase you can get from defense potentials is 66.7%. You can get 50% defense from all pink potentials all the way across the board in all your armor. Also, the 5-star accessory has the defense percentage, and the accessory that corresponds with that percent potential skill can give you as much as the armor piece for that stage can give you. So 5-star pieces of gear are their unique ones that are unique to their type are attack percentage and defense percentage. And the defense modifier maximum is 16.7%. The attack modifier maximum is 10%, if you're wondering that. If you're also wondering why attack and damage potentials seem to be unbalanced, it's likely because of this. To be completely honest, damage is better. You can get it in higher amounts, and the reason that attack seems a little bit lower is if you actually sit down, put all the pink potentials together, and add up all the math, because attack is available on a 5-star accessory for the same amount as the attack it gives on a 5-star weapon, both attack and damage potentials have a maximum of 40% that they can give. So Nexon wasn't actually playing favorites with trying to trick you into thinking attack was better when damage was better. They just spread attack out more because it's the one that makes your actual numbers go up higher, and you see that, and it just tricks you really well. I guess they are being kind of sneaky about it, but this is why we learn things. So anyway, she's got 1,975 defense. So even if she had all pink potentials, all the way across the maximum amount of defense she could possibly have from percentage potentials, she would only have like 3,300 defense. So now I'm hitting her, and she's got less, like around 30-something% defense. That's not going to hold up to the highest attack character in the game. It's not going to hold up to any character in the game if you can ignore that much armor off them. Most people are going to be going shields. Sorry, not shields, chest pieces, as well as the odd pendant or brooch. But for the most part, brooches are used mostly by set gear characters. Now, Nexon has given most of the most overpowered sets brooch as the set piece, and that is not to make things more fair for that piece, so you can't keep stacking crit rate at the same time you're building insane amounts of attack. It's actually to make the game more broken for people who are using sets, sadly, because now you have literally everything. You have enough damage to kill anybody in one shot, and you can take 2-3 shots from everybody else. My lead's going to have the lowest HP of every character that I'm ever going to have, that I'm actually going to run as a main character, and that's straight up going to be because I'm not going to be going super heavy Beast Train Dasso set on him. I'm just going to leave him exactly the way he is. I think he's perfect the way he is. And he really doesn't need anything else to be able to stomp things in. Maybe I will actually get rid of that set for a Beast Range, but just 2 pieces. I definitely am not looking forward to putting a third Dasso piece on. And the reason that is because I really need the mastery. And look at this thing. Seriously, look at this. Look at this accessory. Look at how much value you get out of this 2-star piece of gear. That is huge. Well, like, what a great piece. Crit rate and crit damage are the 2-star exclusives for accessories. But man, this Lee is going to be the dream. I was also thinking about this set here. I've got all these extra bows, no rings. But the 4% attack increase would actually work really well if I can get equal potentials. Now, what's nice about this ring, it doesn't look like much, but HP and hit rate are the unique to 1st star potentials. Then I have attack by HP of 0.6%. The maximum for stage 1 is 0.7%. And then I have crit rate by 0.5% of defense. Now, that's basically perfect in terms of all the potentials I want. And re-rolling them all forever to get pink things, like, that's just... Unless Nexon makes this thing where you can just buy like 2 million potions for like $1,000 one time, buy 2 million potions for $1,000, you're never going to do that. It's not going to happen. I would totally do it, by the way, if they did. Or just maybe a very expensive potions, and you get like enough to do 4 characters, and you get to choose your potentials. That would just be badass. All pink potentials, choose which ones you want. Costs you a fortune because now you have all perfect stuff. But then I guess it would kind of ruin the game because everybody would just have perfect gear. Oh man, I love this set, by the way. Glacier accessibility also gives damage, 20% buff on Glacier. It's a pretty awesome set. 600 hit rate, can't go wrong with that. And it's only A, and I got it by accident before I knew it was good. Anyway, let's look at Serendi. Now, Serendi is mostly utility. Now, you can build her like a monster. She hits pretty damn hard. 56% damage over time, 190% damage for attack. Her attack is actually generally pretty high. Let's take a look at her base real quick. Now, where do I go there? Yeah. 6,800. All right, so she's just under 7,000 attack. Now her HP and her defense, not things that look like she's that great of a hero. When you look at her stats, actually, she seems kind of bad. Her co-op being SS is something you should just never look at. 2 movement, like when you're looking at her stats, you think to yourself, Serendi doesn't actually need to be nerfed. What needs to be nerfed is the equipment in this game. So you can't have amazing heroes with bullshit utility that just go around one-shotting people with good enough gear. It's pretty BS. But what makes Serendi not really able to be tip-top amazing, like, now she's so useful that she's definitely one of the best heroes in the game. But if I was going to classify and pick the best hero in the game, I'd probably say Psychokinetic Lee or Kai, because there's no hero in the game that either of those characters will not be able to kill in one shot. At least by reasonable standards. It is possible to build a Bearman with, I think, 20,000 defense. If you just want full tank on everything. And that's not even including set bonuses. That's just with perfect potentials. All the defense potentials. Full plus 10 chest pieces, full plus 10 brooches. And I think that, and the damage taken potential also can get up to 14% if you get the accessory one on the 4th star accessory. But I think that's the most you can do. And like, you can get Bearman just with, well, he would need perfect potentials in his potentials. Like, you'd have to have 400 defense all the way down, but it's about, I did the math the other day. It's like 19,000 something defense. Where are you at, Bearman? 19,325 defense, and then another 14% damage taken on top of that reduction. So it is possible to make, they've made attack so easy to attain and just one-shot things, but I don't think that they've made any tanks very easy to get. They're very easy to build, to be honest. Let's take a look at the big bear over here. See all this, like, nothing that I have on Bearman? This is all potential Bearman. It's just him having sweet potentials. And they're not even really that amazing, to be honest. His weapons are going to be negligible because he's a tank. Defense, HP, damage taken. Hit rate, HP. HP, defense, damage taken, flat because I couldn't get the potential. You know, we could try that right now. Let's go for this. Who needs to save these for anything actually important? Let's make an entertaining video. Oh my god. That was so worth it. Oh man, 3% is the maximum at that for damage taken. That was pretty that's pretty sweet. 4% damage taken, 6.2 defense, 6.4 HP. I'm not going to roll for a higher defense thing. I don't like to let lightning strike twice in the same spot. Let's see what we got here. HP, defense, and dodge, because that's just the best that I could do right now. I have too many things to roll 5-star potentials on. These potions are just too valuable, and some things are just more important than others. On a side note, this bow that I ruined this morning cost me 20 potions, so really kind of bummed out about that. I did get damage though, and like the hit rate is kind of cool. If I had another bow, like I find it odd that this is the only bow that I even raised. Because when I was getting my 5-star gear, I haven't really been a huge investor in 5-star gear. And then when I did spend a bunch, I was aiming for gold tiger sets, and I was disassembling like everything, as you can see by my big stack of medals over at the side here for refinement. But I never really raised another bow, and I don't have 2 million gold lying around to just raise another bow and hope the potentials are going to be better than this. So, kind of at wit's end about what to do here. I should probably just keep this with the attack damage. Lee's already damn strong enough, but I don't even really need the crit rate. I think I do want it really badly, but let me see. I just want to take a quick look. If I have a good high, there's a high crit rate item. All right, so if I instead went higher attack with a sword, if I got the sword up to 10, it'd be higher attack than the bow. I want to know if, well, that's like the minimum orange potential for attack. That stinks. Lower attack, lower damage, whatever. Anyway, I'm just looking at the crit rate for right now, so let's take a look at this. 9,018. Let's see how much this increases or decreases. I don't think the 14%, because it calculates a flat amount and I have a lot of potentials, I don't think it's actually going to increase it more. We'll probably lower it a couple percent. Oh, damn. Alright, well then, I'm up to 91% now. Well, that's surprising. I guess it would be better for me to equip a sword than a bow, as long as these are my potentials, and these are pretty damn amazing potentials. Well, now I need to see if I have any pimped out swords lying around. Preferably ones with crit rate and crit damage. Damn it. To get that to plus 9 even would probably cost me like 800,000 gold and then another 300,000 to refine it. Just to see. Crit rate, damage, attack. Again, what's with the 8% attack modifiers? Whatever. This will probably be my best bet. Alright, 31. Huh. This actually is just going to give me the exact same stats, I think. It's gonna give me more damage, but damage doesn't show on your stats. Alright. Anyway, I know I'm sidetracking like really hard here, but I actually gotta figure this shit out. No. Got me some love for Tao. What's this? Those are, the attack's good. The hit rate seems good, but it's basically a wasted stat. Like my Serendity's got really high hit rate as it is. I need that crit rate. I need this critical damage. I need that attack. And I don't even know if I have a... Oh, yeah, and I need that damage. Alright, I'll just fuse all these potentials into one piece and I'll give it to Kai's bow. You know what? Actually, this... If I took this gold tiger off Chenny and put it on Lee, that would probably be the best. I think the difference in attack percent would be made up for... But I would probably lose like 6% crit rate. Anyway, I'll figure this shit out later. Oh man, Kai's so strong. But characters like Kai and like Lee with their armor ignore, Chenny also. You might be thinking, hey, you know what? You know which characters hit me the hardest in PvP? Kai and Chenny. Why do they hit so much more damage than other heroes? It's very simple. They don't actually have to deal with your defense. Now, Kai's armor ignore being 4200 is insane. That should belong to the strongest character in the game. That's really freaking hard to max out his skills. Not the easiest character in the game with the easiest skills to max out. Though it is pretty cool that he's attainable by everybody. This is a really great skill too. I think I'm actually going to be raising my Lee for a PvE hero also. And this skill is going to just clean house. Now, Lee has modifiers for all the major amazing things, which makes him basically a god for killing everything. In PvE, his square little plus sign area is good enough for area damage. Not only is it good enough for area damage, when you can make up for his lack of huge area damage with other characters like Chenny. Like Chenny can be the face mash, everybody is at the face at the same time hero, but Lee's going to be the slayer, taking down bosses like a champ, making Jack look like a little pussy, because Jack's damage is always going to be consistently around the 20%, so they will make bosses that will make Jack just 20% of the HP is a lot. Now the Tower Dragon boss at 50 kind of one-shots Jack if he gets too close, so it's easier to use a Jack Mercenary, so you could turn him on your turn and at least get an attack off, and have no aggro pieces on any of the Jacks that are being used. Maybe have a second tank just so you can use Jacks. Like I would do the same thing. I would run Bearman and aggro the crap out of my Bearman, take all the aggro stuff off Jack, and just use that. I think it would definitely work, because I like to box the dragon in. I'll do a video on 55 at the end of this. But Lee has the critical damage modifier. Now, I don't know why they word it like this, but it goes up by quite a lot. 2.5% per level. That is huge. That's a 32.5% increase at rank 10. So not only can he just shoot this and guarantee it all the time, he's also got this passive that increases his crit rate and his attack when he's under 2 or more buffs. So this is how it works. Turn 1, Nirvana throws something on Lee. Gives him 2 move, a crap ton of defense that he's now not missing, and some regen to keep him healed up and whatever, blah 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 blah. I'm pretty sure that you could probably just solo everything in the game with just Nirvana and Lee, just by rotating those skills. Lee, turn 1 uses this, hits the biggest group of enemies. It's got 5 range. This has 5 range. Even his first skill's got 4 range. I really wish they made it 5 range too. That would be so badass. They probably made it 4 range instead of 5 range, because it's not like psychic powers reach any less distance. But I like his skill names too. Bang, Psychic Smash, and Ruin. That's pretty cool. Invincible Lee. But you're gonna be like the way that you would play Lee in a PvE map. You're basically walking around keeping this refreshed. It's the lower cost mana skill. You don't want to be spamming this because it's going to cost a fortune. 4 MP gains per level. It's going to be like... Lee is like the perfect version of Carrot. One, he's not paper. Scissors are the best. 2, he's got armor ignore. So the character that everybody thinks Carrot is... Because Carrot's a straight utility hero that just has really high attack. Can get some occasional one-shots here and there, but for the most part, Carrot is not... Like, having high attack makes her more useful, as she can sometimes kill things in one shot. But she's more a utility hero. Her spray, wide area attack lowers enemies' attack. Her third skill lowers defense and crit rate, and her last skill has a percentage buff when the boss is starting to get weaker to finish it off nice and easy. She's not like, this is what you should be thinking about when you're thinking of the ultimate damage character. If he's got any buffers around him, then what is it, 16%? 1.4 per increase at 9. What's that? 9 and 9, 18, 27, 36, 12. Yeah, that's 16.6% damage, attack increase. So 16.6 attack modifier. The crit rate's negligible because it's going to be so easy to build this character with 100% crit rate, as I'm already freaking doing. So he's going to have the attack modifier. I'm thinking about putting Nirvana in my main team. I was talking about building a boss killing team, and I might be dropping Jack for that team. I'm going to be using Nirvana. The only reason I'm using Nirvana because I really am just hoping that he's not as bad as I thought he is. But all I'm really saying with that statement is that buffs are really good. And Nirvana's buffs are pretty OP. Now, for his healing, I'm still going to keep Serendi on my team, so I can combine their HP over time heals. Nirvana's normal heal is not... It's just not worth it. If you have nothing else to do, it is worth it. And if you're trying to save your mana, it's worth it. It can attack, it can heal. That's versatility. That's nice. But if I've got my Bear Man all decked out, I'm not looking for, half-hearted heals on the bear. I'm trying to get pimped out 180 to 190% damage heals on my tank and bring them back to full in one go. Like, you can do that shit with Moss. So it's just, I don't know, I was expecting amazing stuff from Nirvana, plus dedicated heals that were really consistent. And they're not. I really wish that they would just get rid of his second skill and just make it work like just a straight, huge ass heal instead of the attack increase. Though, I would like to say, if I'm trying to build the strongest Lee possible, then I'm going to need both of those buffs from Nirvana. Anyway, sidetracking. But he's got critical damage, he's got crit rate, he's got attack modifiers, he's got armor ignore. He's got literally the perfect kit for, hey, you want to watch my damage? It just keeps getting bigger no matter what I do. He is pretty damn awesome. Keep your crit rate, your crit damage up high, all battle long using this very cheap and very easy to cast 5 range plus sign or whatever you want to call it, cross damage skill. Take out a few mobs as you can. At level 1 right now, like, I've obviously got really good gear, but at level, and good potentials too. But at level 1, I can hit over 100,000 with that skill, which I'm going to demonstrate now. That is so good too. Like, there's so many. The problem with the game right now is that there's too many good heroes. It's actually a problem. Who do you use if everybody's amazing? A lot of people say they should just buff all the weak heroes and make everyone OP instead of making things nerfed. No, that's not good. You should have clear heroes that are the best at everything that they do. Don't want to forget this shit. Oh. I'll get the shark later. God damn it. I was thinking about just never buying shark, but I think I'll just buy him for the support conversations. Just completion. Alright, so let's do some Tower 55. And let's just hope we don't screw it up. I don't think I need Kai for this. No. Drop Kai, Serendi, Bearman in there, and Nirvana. Should actually probably put Nirvana before Bearman. Alright, so we're going to be using the best area damage character in the game, who's labeled as a balance type hero for some reason. We're going to be using the best utility hero in the game, which is Serendi. We're going to be using the highest potential damage dealer in the game, which is Lee, though he probably won't be hitting as hard as Chenny with the way the gear's set up. Going to be using the best potential tank in the game, Bearman, and we're going to be using the supposed best healer in the game, Nirvana, who's... They should just make him not healer Nirvana. Anyway, if they just change his name, I'd be fine with it, because he is really good at what he does. He's just not a healer. Really mad that he's not a good healer. Let's take a Jack Mercenary with a monocle. You can never go wrong with monocles. Oh, look at the time. I don't even have a beer in my hand yet. Math is hard. Oh, math is really hard. Somebody's probably looking at a video about different calculations right now. Okay, let's go do... If I use Grace, does damage reflect do less to me? Because I'm pretty sure I might almost kill myself with attack. I'm not going to waste it. Frick. It's retarded. Okay. I'm probably going to need some Nirvana heals on that. I'm not going to go and kill it. I think I'm just going to hope for the charm. Yep. Alright, Nirvana. Hey, Nirvana. Shit, will I kill this? Probably not. He's scissor. I'm paper. It's kind of tanky. Let's just do the reliable thing and... Okay. Maybe we can get a stun and a charm. Why do we want to stun a character that's charmed? Just because. Give me some crit damage. Do a bunch to myself. Watch everything hit Bearman or Chenny, that's cool. What's nice about Bearman for this map is if they taunt, he still can stun them. So it's pretty sweet. Okay. Let's just play with it. I don't know how many hits that was, but it's so badass. This would make Nirvana's heal really OP if it could do something like this. Not bad for a level 3 skill. Some love on the bear man. And now we just wait for mana. For like 13 turns. I don't know what positions you guys been using, but this is the smart way that I do this, because most of the ways I do this are not smart. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Will that work? And then we spam. I kind of don't like the rock, paper, scissors advantage thing. Honestly, the best tank and the best attacker in the game are both scissors. It's like, hey, paper heroes suck. Like, but paper heroes are so good. It's just they're never in good enough positions to do a bunch of damage. At least not to me. Everybody who has like 11 jacks on their team, not so good if they run into a team with a bunch of paper heroes. But for me, that shit doesn't happen. Alright, let there be movement next turn. Coming down the line. Get some more mortality going. Let's see, who do I want immortal? You know what, Serenity can stay right there. Nirvana can put the party time buff on Lee. Bearman can come right here directly into the middle. It's very important because you want to be 5 spaces away from Serenity here. Lee can grab invincibility. And then very little to no damage can be done to Bearman. Hooray! Okay, alright, now, I don't know how you do it, but I box this motherfucker in. It would also be a good time to use my mercenary, switch to Jack. You know what, Nirvana can go there, so let's just... Can Lee... Yeah, Lee can move from front. Alright, let's just remove that weakening from our tank. Let's put the paper hero over here instead of the rock hero. Let's give him some OP heals. And let's give him some extra defense too. Oh, I guess we just clean house. Do I want the crit damage or I should just spam? You know, I don't have the mana to spam forever, so let's just go with the crit damage. Oh, only Bearman got hit? Oh, what a shame. Oh, he's confused too. That's not going to work for me. Alright, I'm going to switch out to Jack here. This percentage HP is really bullshit. Keep the heals on the bear. Keep the buffs on the Lee. Probably lower attack here, but let's just keep our defense up. Which is like 70% right now. 63. Doesn't seem right. Oh, I don't have a defense increase from Nirvana on them. Alright, let's see how good we can hit this thing from behind with level 3 skill. Oh. Nice. Oh shit. I should have moved Serendi. Just got wrecked. Alright, well that's cool, because we still have a Bearman. And a Jack. I shouldn't have been so greedy with my hero power. Probably could have had 2 Hellfires thrown off by now and just killed it right here. Well, how much movement does this thing have? It's a lot. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I could definitely get around and hit all of them. Let's just hope it keeps staying on Bearman. Sometimes aggro doesn't work because you take your aggro piece off. Oh shit, that was a bad spot to stand. Anyway, sometimes you take your aggro piece off like an idiot, and then you give it to Jack thinking you're going to use him more often, and then you don't. Okay, I guess I'll just cast Hellfire here and kill him. It's too bad that the aggro set didn't work. I was trying to do it with no hero potential, it's just straight cycle. But I guess I should have rethought my positioning on Serenity there. Make her completely out of range. But you get the idea. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. Have a good one.